Hello there, dear travelers. It is I, Alternative, the star inhabiting the abandoned space station, and today we are checking out Rottenroots as we continue with the Fall in Love Festival. I would like to once again thank the devs for contacting me to cover their game. Um, the story did interest me, but generally, what caught my attention primarily was the actual art style of the game. I just thought it was really pretty. And it's fitting because it's like sort of like medieval sort of thing. But yeah, as usual, we're going in pretty blind. I know the bare minimum to play the game. Um, you're finally free. That's great. I'm receiving messages from my mod like I'm lying. Okay, trigger warning! Rottenroots contains themes of discrimination, violence, and mortality that some players may find disturbing. The game explores difficult psychological content and is recommended for mature audiences. There's your warning for the stream. Following the trend that we've had this all of this with all of them having trigger warnings. Ooh, oh, the music is a banger. Okay. This is a story about Salem. Over the next 3 days, you will shape who he becomes. What came before, and where will it lead? That's for you to decide. Two key moments at school shaped his past. Choose wisely. Oh. Also, yeah, this game's basically like your choices shape like the personality of the character, and therefore certain choices get unlocked because of the traits that you have, etc. You know what? I'm gonna go fencing club. Dallin mastered the art of fencing, learning to read opponents' moves and strike with precise, calculated attacks. Dallin was also part of, and I want Salem to be part of the occult club because I think it'd be funny. Salem practiced forbidden magic in secret with the occult club, learning dark rituals that few dare to attempt. One last thing, if you're new to Salem's world, would you like me to explain unfamiliar terms as they come up, or would you prefer to piece things together from context? Personally, when I'm entering like a completely new world, something I really enjoy is I want to enjoy more like something I like to like dig into is I want to see if the world is built in a way that I can figure it out just from the context given to me. Like I don't want it spoon-fed to me. I want to know like if the world building is solid, then you can throw bajillion fucking terms at me that I don't know, and it won't confuse me because I'll be like, I'm learning from the story what this means. You know? I'm also gonna be forgiving with this if there's something here or there that I don't understand, because first of all, I'm still sick. So you know, I'm out of it a little bit. And second of all, this is episode 1 of a larger game. So if there's concepts that currently don't make sense, then I'm just gonna be like, this is something that I hope gets explained in a later chapter, basically, you know? So yeah, I'll figure it out as I go. Very well, you'll discover Salman's world through his eyes alone. I also feel it's gonna make me less biased, or like actually make me more biased in my choices, if I'm only experiencing this through the main character and I have no other context but what the main character gives me. Like, I feel that's gonna make me far more biased and just make me have to actually choose. Just, this is the info I have. I haven't been given any other info. Hello? Do you ever see your chest glows red as it raises its gun at Salem? Hello? Please, I need to get to the train. Salem double checks his pockets but can't find his ticket. Departure of pedal wind 2x2 from New Frankfurt to outside District 89 in 4 minutes. This is a high security platform. Only individuals with a valid ticket are permitted here. I must have lost it. Only 4 more minutes. Mr. Overseer, sir, my father ordered your creation, and we are practically family. The Overseer doesn't react. Just joking, but my father really is Matsuo's Stolrank. Bro, I'm so sorry. The Minister of Technology. Ring any bells? The Overseer declines. He is right over there on that train. Let me just get him. He will explain. Talon tries to squeeze past the guarding Overseer who is blocking his way. The Overseer starts glowing red as it charges its gun. Please, he needs me. Blossom brightly. You have a death wish or something? The Overseer shifts its glowing weapon to the girl. With a flick of her hand, she shows her ticket. Oh my god, this world has its own, like, greedy. I'm so easy. The world's like, hey, we use like our own turns. We're gonna. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm so logged in. Overseer X734, Emergency Protocol 77 Alpha, Temporary Security Override, duration T 10 seconds. The Overseer lowers the gun, allowing the girl to pass. So, you coming? Oh! It's like, oh god. Well, I have no time for this. The girl grabs Salem's hand and drags him onto the platform. She then lets go. Oh my god. She then lets go and wipes her eye. There we go. So, you are the minister's son. Is it true what they say about you? The girl stops in front of the train entrance and turns to Salem. I am afraid so, yes, When their eyes lock, Salem's stomach drops. No, wait, she looks just like Sylvana? Could you not stare at me, please? The girl turns to the Overseer at the train entrance, flicks her ticket, and steps onto the train. Sorry, Salem. She wipes her eye. I can't help again. That was a one-time thing. She pauses at the train entrance, glancing back at him. When you see her father, tell him the door of the train closes automatically, cutting her short. Wait, can you just... What the hell was that? Salem tries to squeeze past the Overseer, but it blocks his way. Departure of Pedowin to XX2 from New Frankfurt to outside District 89 in 3 minutes. This is a high security platform. Only individuals with a valid ticket are permitted here. Salem takes a step back and turns to the Overseer. I know this probably won't work, but I have to try. Blossom brightly, Mr. Overseer, sir. I need your help. Salem points towards the train behind the Overseer. My father is in there. I haven't seen him in years. And now he is here, but he is very sick and needs me. The Overseer doesn't react. Could you please make an exception and let me through? It would mean the world to me, just this once. The Overseer starts glowing red and charges its gun. Okay. Salem turns away from the angry Overseer and leans against the pillar as the teen exits the train. That was it. I tried. He slides down and crouches on the ground, knees pulled in as the teen approaches him with a kazoo in his hand and some drums on his back. Blossom but brightly. You must be Salem, right? Departure of Pedowin to XX2 from New Frankfurt to outside District 89 in 2 minutes. Salem looks up to the teen, who is nervously tapping a rhythm against his drum with his fingers. Kurt Kummerstip, I assist the train crew. Is it really true that the minister is your father? Yeah. Blossom brightly. Yes, he is. I promised him to meet him on this train, but I lost my ticket. Oh no, darn. I wish I could help you, but my boss Wolfgang would. Kurt scratches his head with a drumstick while Salem looks down at the platform, noticing someone sneaking over the tracks toward them. You know what? We are still waiting for someone else. I'll go inside and ask for the train to depart 3 minutes later. Salem slowly stands up, focusing on the stranger. Maybe you can go look if you dropped it somewhere around here? Yeah, that actually would be great. Departure of Pedalwind 2XX2 from New Frankfurt to outside District 89 in 1 minute. Great, I better hurry then, and good luck. Kurt passes the overseer and turns back to the train. As he gets closer, Salem recognizes the stranger. What? How? He can't be here. James, what are you... I had to say goodbye. Did you see my ticket? I lost it. Departure of Pedalwind 2XX2 from New Frankfurt to outside district was delayed. It will now start in 3 minutes. I'm sorry, I haven't seen any ticket. But you can't get on that train. I have to. We will hang out afterwards. But that outside district, it's... Father needs me. No, it's not about him. That district, it's haunted. Well, you see, I did a cult club back in high school, so I think I'm fine about that. James raises his fingers and curls them. James raises his fingers and curls them around. Full of evil witches that want your soul, dark magic that corrupts the heart, and scary mutants that will eat your brain. The only haunted thing here is his lovely Daisy's Mel. He's so cute when he tries to cheer me up. Hello? I'm just worried about that evil witch right in front of me. Would you have me look for my ticket or not? Departure of Pedalwind 2XX2 from New Frankfurt to outside District 89 in 2 minutes. James nods and they walk down the platform away from the overseers, whispering to each other while looking for the ticket. Sal, get real with me. What's really up? I am afraid of what will happen when Dad is gone. James nods, but they keep their eyes down in search for the ticket. This might be the last time I can see him, and the first time he actually wants to see me. Sal, please. I know, but listen. Salem points to the train. This might sound cheesy, but it feels like I've been waiting for this train my whole life. Salem wipes his eyes. Dad needs me. He finally needs me. I can't just let him down. Departure of Pedalwind 2XX2 from New Frankfurt to outside District 89 in 1 minute. Honestly, Salem, I sometimes wish you'd be so passionate about us. Salem stops and lays his arms on James' shoulders. Don't say something like that. You're always the end goal. Hello? James turns away. It's a pity the end goal isn't the main goal. James takes out a worn book labeled Storm Oak Manual and hands it to Salem. You forgot this last night. I thought you might. Salem grabs it, opens it, and finds a ticket in it. I used it as a bookmark! Salem rushes towards the overseer guarding the train. You're the best. See you at the beach in 3 days. James catches up to Salem and grabs his hands, pulling him near him and whispers in his ear. If you enter that train, you won't survive the end of the day. Yeah. I'm not gonna accuse him of stealing. How do you know any of this? How could you possibly know what will happen to me? You're just trying to scare me. Okay, not the tone I was expecting. I wish I was. Where do you even hear this? From who? Doesn't matter. Of course it matters, but I know how much he loves his secrets. Salem steps away from James and holds his ticket towards the overseer, making it lower its weapon. Pedalwind 2XX2, going from New Frankfurt to outside District 89, is ready for departure. Just listen to your heart. Don't do this. Salem boards the train. I am listening to it. The door closes. Salem runs down the train looking for the one with his father. Fully focused on his search, he bumps into a teenage girl. He absently mumbles an apology, but then the girl hugs him. Sal, I've missed you, hairy dude. That's crazy. Sal laughs and hugs her back. Hey there, sis. How have you been? Okay, that makes sense. Of course she'd say something the same like that. Lynn playfully pinches Salim's belly. Better now that you're around, so why are you ditching Dad? I am not. Calm down. I'm just messing with you. I've had enough bad jokes for a day, trust me. So, how is he? Lynn frisses for a moment, then shakes her head. Come, see for yourself. Lynn leads Salim to an isolated first-class compartment. Blossom brightly, my son. Glad you made it. He looks awful. Salim bows before his pale father, tubes running from his face into his wheelchair. Blossom brightly, father. Salim kisses his father's hand. Now, let me see. Salim points to the honor student patch on his uniform. Right here, honor student of the year at... Oh, right here, honor student of the year at Dunkelwald Academy, just as promised. And... Salim points to a shiny Storm Oak pin on his uniform. Right here, first mighty oak in all of New Frankfurt. Salim's father nods approvingly. Yeah, you really did it. Matthews turns to Lynn, who crosses her arms. See, Lynn, that's how you do it. Lynn puts her hands in her pockets. Yeah, whatever. Congrats, bro. Matthews closes the curtains of the compartment, takes out an envelope, and hands it to Salim. Son, we only have a few more minutes. Read this and keep it down. Salim opens the envelope and reads the handwritten letter inside, just loud enough for them to hear. My children, the doctors have given me 3 weeks. Three weeks to live? Salim looks up to his father. He nods, gesturing to Salim to continue reading. Today is the day to pass the torch of House Stockrank to you both, especially to you, Salim. Salim glances over to Lynn, whose face shows no emotion. You must win the Violet level Storm Oak tournament, the Koningsdans. Koningsdans is not a normal children's Storm Oak camp. You will compete in life or death trials too. Lynn's expression turns into anger. Violet level? Life or death? What the hell? I didn't sign up for some death tournament. Matthews catches his breath and reaches into his jacket, pulling out 2 small packages. Improved prototypes from R&D. Consider them insurance. Salim and Lynn exchange glances before unwrapping the packages, revealing sleek metal bracelets. Are those solar shields? Just like they have on TV. Both teens slip the bracelets on, and displays show 100% battery remaining. Instantly, shimmering blue hexagons sprint for the bracelets, forming translucent energy shields that glitter like crystals in the sunlight. Wow, but what's this red button for? Matthews quickly reaches over and covers the red button with his hand. Don't touch that. Emergency use only. Does it have a built-in vitalience? Matthews shakes his head. Sorry, I'm so sheepy. You'll understand when the time comes, but it will drive the battery down to 0%, so you're absolutely certain before you use it. The teens deactivate their shields, the blue hexagons folding back into the bracelets with a sub-hum. Whatever this emergency function is. A one-time use isn't much. Good, now read on. Compete in the life or death trials to help preserve the glorious name of the House Stockrank. Salim, you are our last hope. Everything depends on your potential. And Lynn, support your brother within the Koningsdans. Be his strength, not his burden. I won't, father. He can count on me, as always. Lynn looks away and mutters. Burden? I am the one who always saves him when things go sideways. Salem turns the letter and keeps on reading. Furthermore, Salem, you will. Salem stops reading, his face turning pale. Lynn stands up and crosses her arms. You what? Come on, spit it out! Matthews nods towards Salem, and Salem keeps on reading. You will marry Audrey Richter, daughter of Minister Warden Richter. Your honor student-in-chief and secured this alliance. He kind of has a boyfriend, though. I mean, if polycule's an option and she's chill, we can go down that route. But he kind of has a boyfriend. Oh my god, I genuinely cannot stop fucking yawning. I need to sleep more. Father, come on, for real? He wants me to marry a girl? But James... Actually, is he even bi? Is he just gay? Audrey Richter will be at the Storm Oak event. Court her. Lynn sits back down and shakes her head in disbelief, looking out of the window. When I am gone, our legacy rests on your shoulders alone. Do not fail our name. Signed, Matthew Stallrun. Father, you can't exploit Saul's loyalty like that. Lynn, stop. No one is exploiting me. I'll... No. No. I'll win the tournament, but I am fucking like... marry the girl. Masses remember that. Oh, cool. I'll win this tournament. I promise you that, Dad. Matthews nods. Father, could you excuse me for just a moment? I have to go to the restroom. Salem rushes to the restroom and locks the door behind him. He sits down on the cover of the toilet, shaking his head in disbelief. I didn't want any of this. Why is this a life or death and death tournament? I just wanted to see Father. Salem buries his face in his hands. I don't want him to die. Also, me marrying a girl? I am not sure if I am even into girls, and I am not ready yet to lead this family. This is all way too much. Also, he's a fucking teenager. He's probably like 17. If he's an adult, he's 18 at most. Salem shakes his head. I just want to hang out with James at the beach, cuddle up and watch Sylvana's anniversary ceremony on TV, without fear of anyone bothering us. Salem gets up from the toilet, his book falls out of his pocket, revealing a letter. Another love letter? And that's too dangerous to sneak into a personal item of mine. A flowering smell emerges from the paper. Daisies. Salem smiles. James was awfully mysterious. Maybe he knew something about the Conning Stones. Salem opens the letter and reads it. It's a song? Raspberry sun, I hold you close, swinging bows while nose to nose. You are the wave with lovely foam, which state of dream will be my home. Golden beach, sweet summer air, the cherry sunset becomes so rare. In the sea, where dreams come true, mermaid frolic in deepest blue. Raspberry sun, I hold you close, swinging bows while nose to nose. Collapsing waves storm the beach, while blackberry sun extends its reach. Raging dark waves, reaching for sun, no golden beach when all is done. If the world changes through this storm, one mermaid will show their final form. Raspberry sun, I hold you close, swinging bows while nose to nose. While the deep blue sea is torn apart, blackberry sun never fills the heart. Salem rubs his eyes. This seems useless for the conning sands, but also really cute. Salem turns the page and sees more written on it. Yes, Sylvana or me, XOXO. I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. Sylvana or me? What does that even mean? Why would I have to choose? James will really need to explain some things to me after this. I can't fail, I gotta push through this. I have to win for my future with James. Once I'm the top dog calling the shots, I'll be able to protect us. Forever. He's about to leave the restroom when he hears a familiar voice from outside. Me, on the other hand, I can't wait to kill. You're so cool, Alp. So, have you ever killed someone? Just some oncrud back in the day was my old man, so not really. Yeah, killing a real green blood. That's the only thing that counts. I'll start with a cheating stall rank. Hey, you done in there? Albrecht knocks on the door of the restroom. Oh no, seems like Albrecht is still mad about losing the honor student title to me. What now? Salem stays silent. I said, are you done in there? Salem holds his breath, hoping to not make a sound. Whatever, let's just go to the next one. That was too close. Does he really want to kill people? That was just him talking cool in front of his friend, right? Salem looks at his patches and pins in the mirror, and his gaze moves up to his eyes. I never killed someone. Why didn't I bring any gear with me? That should have told. And Lynn, what is she even doing here? She's way too low ranked for a mission like this. Salem listens for more voices or footsteps behind the door, but it seems clear. He returns to the compartment. Dad has to know more. I need all the intel I can get. I have to survive this. I have to win this. For my family. For James. Sal, you'll want to hear this. Dad said Sylvana personally organized this event, and the winners get... Oh, Sylvana herself? Yep, and the winners get Green Order emblems. That's impossible. They don't exist. They are made up. It's for Sylvana's 50th anniversary in 3 days. She's bringing them back. Salem flips the Storm Oak manual open and skips to the list of emblems. The one at the top of the list is labeled Green Order Emblem. Green Order Emblem. Gain 3 to become rank Forest Guardian. With 3 of those, I would outrank you. Become rank Forest Guardian and meet the Emperor personally. Seeing her on TV is one thing, but meeting her? That's beyond my wildest dream. Salem closes his book and puts it away as the train is starting to slow down. But GOEs are just a campfire mist when I tell saplings to get them to behave. You're just messing around to motivate us, right, Dad? The train comes to a screeching halt, causing Matthews to cough some more. Attention, Storm Oaks. Welcome to District 89. Some of you were told this was a train to summer camp. Well, it's not. This is the conning stand, a 3-day tournament. Day 1 begins today with a sundown trial. Okay, James definitely knew something because he said, I'm not seeing you in 3 days. I'm not going to be seeing you in 3 days. James knew something. I mean, he says Sylvana or me, like, are you gonna choose, like, winning the tournament to meet her, or are you gonna choose winning the tournament for me? What the... To the devs. This shit is crazy. I'm losing my fucking mind. The rules for today are simple. The first one to find the hidden camp will claim today's Green Order emblem. And the first 50 to find it will advance to tomorrow's challenge. Each day offers a chance for another emblem. Matthew stands up from his wheelchair, still coughing, and opens a window. Select all 3 GOEs and you shall attend Sylvana's 50th anniversary celebration as a personal guest. Equipment packages await outside. God. Father, what? Matthew's coughing turns into a gagging blood dripping out of his mouth. But Dad, the announcer speaks in a loud and serious voice. The remaining 150 will be eliminated. Your time starts now. Eliminated? Can't breathe. Medic, help! Someone get a medic! Her voice drowns in the surrounding chaos of over a dozen Storm Oaks abandoning the train. No medic, we have to activate his vital dienst. Salem pats down the body of his father, looking for the vital dienst. He's not wearing one? Hits run. Matthews leans far out of the window, his body shaking with another violent coughing fit. Father, where's your vital dienst? More blood spills from his mouth, dripping onto the ground below the train tracks, making the airs rumble. So, what the hell is that? Sal leans forward and follows his sister's horrified gaze. The ground is covered in thick, pulsating grass, which is beginning to glow. The grass grows and twists into vines, reaching upwards like rising green flames. The vines multiply rapidly, reaching up to the side of the train, as if drawn to the family. Dad, get away! But Matthew, still coughing, doesn't notice it as the vines snake around his wrists. More vines surge upward, glowing bright, winding around Matthew's arms and neck, pulling him further out of the window. They burn. I don't know what's happening, but I gotta help him. The twins grab their father's legs just as the vines start to drag him out of the window. Hold on, we got you. The vines pulse brighter, and Salim can feel a hot tingling where they brush against his hands. We have to act fast. Salim spots a shard of broken glass from the window and grabs it carefully. He slices the thickest vine, but the glass barely scratches the surface. The vine's coating seems to harden on contact, like some kind of protective barrier. Not a chance. The vines pull the family out of the window, Matthew's face turning red from the vines around his neck. More vines emerge from the earth below, reaching for Lynn's legs and Matthew's torso. They got me! I have to save them. What that? Dude's gonna die in a couple of weeks. He also wants me to marry a girl. Salim kicks at the glowing vines wrapped around Lynn's leg. To his surprise, they release her. Meanwhile, the vines drag their father down into the earth, leaving nothing but fresh dirt. Dad, why didn't you? I saved you instead. Father's gone, he is really gone. Salim glances at his sister. She's frozen in place, lips parted and breast shallow. I can't also lose Lynn. A vast meadow spreads before them, swarming with storm oaks, locked in brutal combat with even more storm oaks parachuting down into the chaos. One larger parachute catches Salim's attention. It's descending towards the meadow's far end. You see that? That's an equipment crate. There's our gear. Whatever we do, let's get there first. How on earth are we going to make it? Salim serves the battlefield. Dozens of storm oaks attacking each other with improvised weapons, running, screaming, pure chaos. The start of any battle is the most dangerous. Most will die right here in the open. So, let's ditch the crate and run away. No, we need gear, or at least a map, to find the camp before sundown. Lynn activates her solar shield, blue hexagon shimmer to life around her wrist. Alright, then lit the way to the equipment crate. Which direction? Equipment crate? That's mine. Okay, we're gonna kill Albridge first. Albridge is going down first. He's already pissing me off. Albridge crawls out from beneath the train wreckage and charges towards the falling crate. We're gonna kill you first. Hey, wasn't that... Albridge, come on, follow me. We should go. The siblings speed a ride, following a cluster of storm oaks who are also fleeing to the meadow's edge. One of the rudder glances back and spawns Salim and Lynn. They're following us! His companion whirls around, brandishing a rusted pocket knife with trembling hands. Stay back! Both boys have her until I start in between the siblings around the chaos around them. They think we're hunting them. Salim and Lynn slow down to a careful walk, hands raised, shields deactivated. Easy, we're just passing through. The knife wielder tracks them with his blade, but doesn't attack as they keep their distance from the terrified pair. Don't come any closer. The siblings keep their distance, they manage to pass without provoking an attack. They continue their sprint towards the equipment crate, leaving the others behind in the escalating battlefield chaos. Time to get moving again. Let's stay. I'm gonna quickly save actually, because I would like to not die right now. Salim and Lynn push through a cluster of panicked storm oaks to the right flank of the battlefield. They stumble upon a bunch of storm oaks swinging makeshift weapons at one another, with losers falling to the blood-soaked ground. For the love of Sylvana! A big storm oak, desperate and wild-eyed, spots them and runs to them, armed with a broken bottle. The other storm oaks sink to the ground, pulled down by vines. More competition, I'll kill you all! Salim swipes on his bracelet and the solar shield blazes to maximum as he lowers his shoulders and charges straight through. Out of our way! He barrels into the wild storm oak, dragging his sister with him, sending the other storm oaks flying. Bodies stumble everywhere as Salim plows through, his shield crackling with each impact. Behind them, dark vines surged from the disturbed, blood-soaked earth, wrapping around all of the fallen storm oaks. So we're in a desk game. We're in a desk game. The entire group disappears underground as Salam and Lynn sprint away, screams echoing behind them. I've cleared the pass. Salam checks his bracelet. The shield battery's at 80%. Salam, how could you? We had to get through. There had to be another way. There wasn't. That guy was about to crush us. The siblings put distance between themselves and the brutal melee, both breathing heavily. Salam wipes blood from a cut on his cheek, his hands still shaking. Where to go next? Ooh. Go through the middle of the road. I'm assuming that's a mistype. That's a typo in Men's Crowd. I feel like everything's like, oh, you're only meeting bad stuff on this right side. Maybe you want to go to the other side, but I have a feeling that's a bad idea. I feel like we're sticking to the right side. On the right side of the battlefield, Storm Oak with a big gun is standing on a boulder. I'm gonna die. The Storm Oak is heavily wounded and has painted war stripes across his face with his own blood. The spirits of men sacrificed. I am their chosen warrior. You people lose their shit really quickly. Holy fuck. He rocks back and forth, muttering prayers to imaginary gods as wounds keep dripping. At the foot of his rock, Salam notices the earth beginning to rise and shift. Dark, thorny vines start emerging from around the rock towards the war-pained Storm Oak. Those vines again, they're drawn to blood. If we warn him or offer to reach his woods, we're gonna fucking die. Salam signals Lynn to be careful, and they start walking around the rock. The war-pained Storm Oak notices her movement and turns its gun to them. You won't get my sacred rock! Be gone! He unleashes a stream of fire in the direction both Salam and Lynn are too far away. The flames fall short. The flames fall short. Salam's shield flickers briefly as a few sparks reach them, draining minimal battery. While the Storm Oak is distracted, firing at them, the vines surge up the rock and wrap around his legs. No! The demons have me! I was so close to glory! He's dragged down into the earth, his screams cutting off abruptly. Another one. At least we didn't waste much shield power. Don't brush it off like that. We could have tried to save him. Bro, he had a flamethrower. Maybe yeah, if he wasn't too far gone. The siblings flee from the rock and the vines underneath it. Time to get moving again. I'm sticking to my fucking guns here. If I said we're going right, we're going fucking right. The siblings approach a Storm Orc that holds a knife to another's throat, using him as a human shield. I saw you pick up that medkit. Where's it now? The hostage whimpers, tears streaming down his face as the blade presses against his neck. Please, Erica, we were friends. The hostage taker's hand shakes, but her grip on the knife remains firm. Friends don't steal from each other. A medical kit lies on the ground between them, just out of reach of bows. This is insane. They're going to kill each other over supplies. Salam studies the situation, then slowly picks up the medical kit. Lynn, get ready to catch. Salam hurls the medkit high into the air, causing both Storm Oaks to look up instinctively. She rushes to the distracted hostage taker, but she notices him and slashes at him with a knife. Salam's shield flares as the blade scrapes against blue hexagons. While the distraction works, Salam grabs her wrist and twists until she drops the weapon. Salam kicks it away. Lynn catches the falling medkit perfectly. Nice throw. Here. You both will split it, 50-50. Lynn divides the medical supplies between the two enemies. Thank you, both of you. I'm sorry. This place makes you crazy. I like how all the previous ones have just been like, fuck this guy, fuck this guy, fuck this one. I'm like, oh, I'll be helpful. That was brilliant, Sal. As always, well, what else did you expect? Don't push it, let's go. Salem checks his bracelet, the shield battery's at 70%. The siblings push past and towards the massive equipment crate now directly ahead. Salem and Lynn arrive at the supply crate, their boots stumbling through the dry grass. We actually seem to be the first here. Too good to be true, watch your back. Salem jumps into the crate and starts pulling on the reinforced lid. It won't budge, we should... A familiar voice cuts through the battlefield's chaos. Look who took the bait! I've gotten like several people killed already. Do not fucking test me, bitch. Fire erupts in a perfect circle around the crate, trapping the siblings. Albert steps through the flames unharmed, his silhouette distorted by the rising heat waves. I was sure you'd be smarter than this. Lynn, we need to get out of here. Lynn's solar shield blazes to life as she positions herself between Salem and the approaching Albrecht. Just get it open, we worked too hard to get here, I'll hold him off. The flames scooped inward with methodical hunger. 7%, this is getting dangerous. Salem activates his solar shield and wedges it under the crate's lid. Blue hexagons flare and hiss as they burn into the reinforced metal. Salem starts prying the crate open. Hurry, he's getting closer. Almost there. Albert launches at Lynn, several swings blowing down on her shield. Open! Salem grabs the only backpack in the crate and swings it onto his back. Another swing rains down onto Lynn's shield, but she dodges and is now back against the crate. Inside the crate, ammunition bells start hissing ominously from the heat. We've got it, but the crate's about to blow. Albert swings his bat at Lynn, her fading shield barely holding. How do we get out of here? How about a one-way ticket to hell? Albert goes in for another blow, Lynn's solar shield shatters like glass, and the bat crushes the bracelet on her wrist. Ow! Salem pulls his sister up, moves her behind him, and activates his shield. None of us will live if we don't get away now. Albert smiles and raises his bat, playfully pushing it against Salem's shield. Last chance, admit you cheated. You're still going on about that bullshit? Albert pulls out a grenade and tosses it next to the hissing crate. See you in hell, cheater. Oh my god, you fucking lost because you're fucking stupid and now you're gonna die. Albert activates a grappling hook built into his bat and swings through the fire into the woods. The ammunition's hissing mixes with the beeping of the grenade underneath them. We're going to die here, unless... Salem looks down at his solar shield bracelet, the red emergency button glowing ominously. Lynn, hold on tight. Lynn grabs Salem's back as he slams down on the red button. His bracelet flares with blinding white light as an energy dome erupts around them. The force field expands just as everything under them blows up with a deafening roar. The explosion catapults them through the air, heat and debris flowing. My fucking cat just opened the door. The explosion catapults them through the air, heat and debris flowing around the protective dome. Ah! Don't let go! They crash land into a tree in the woods, the energy ball cushioning their fall. My back is killing me. Balance braces. Okay, so you had to just sniff at everything. Someone's placed Apex on the dead, maybe. Balance bracelet starts overheating, smoke rising from the overloaded circuits. Hot, ow! He quickly tears it off before it can burn more of his skin. The twins look back at the nearby explosion site. That was completely insane. Great call with the button. Yeah, thanks, but now our shields are out. But hey, we're alive, and let's get out of here before Albert finds out. Both siblings limp away from the meadow into the cover of the woods. The twins arrive at a cliff's edge, hide behind an oak-like tree, rough bark digging into the uniform as they catch their breaths. Blood tickles from a cut above his eye, throwing everything into an unsettling shade of red. Focus verdammt. 3 emblems for father. You still want to go through with this plan? Salem wipes the blood out of his eyes and gets out the letter their father gave them. Of course, it was his dying wish. Lynn grabs the letter out of Salem's hands, crumbles it up, and throws it away. What the hell? Keep it down. Lynn puts a finger on her lips and scans a nearby area. Salem shakes his head and grabs the letter, straightening it up again. That sucked. Big time. He asked us to uphold our family's political power. I will honor his last wish, no matter what. Can you, for once in your life, stop being his puppet? I am not a puppet. I am a mighty oak. I am an honor student. You're a puppet, and he controlled every freaking move of you. Lynn draws her knees to her chest. He controlled all of us. Don't speak ill of him now. Lynn grabs Salem's collar. Don't ever marry that girl, promise me. Lynn, was father gone politically or family? Lynn raises her voice and starts shaking her brother. Promise me! Distant shouts echo through the trees and Lynn goes quiet. Promise me, please. Salem puts his hands on hers and nods. The only thing that I am sure of right now is that we have to survive today. Salem takes off his backpack and gives it to Lynn. Protect this with your life. Lynn nods, opens it, and hands Salem a grenade. You're better than I am with those. Salem studies the grenade while further shouts ring out through the forest. When he finds us, I'll take care of him. Nonsense, we run. We'll never let this go, he's too stubborn. Lynn gets a small, otherworldly weapon out of the backpack. What on earth? Salem puts away the grenade and grabs a curved, orange glowing pyramid out of the backpack. Maybe this is ammunition for that thing? Lynn takes it and tries jamming it in, her face reddening with frustration. Why are unrefurbished things always... Give it to me. Suddenly a whistle cuts through the forest as a grappling hook winds around Salem's throat. Bitch, what the fuck? The rope tightens around his neck, cutting deeper with a metallic hiss. The hissing turns into mechanical clicking, pulling him up the tree, feet hovering over the ground. Bitch, what the fuck? How did he find... Salem claws at the noose, his fingers pressing against the metal wire, but it's too tight. Salem fights for breath, managing only shallow gas, his vision blurring. Hold on, my cat wants to exit the room. The young man slowly walks towards the siblings, a bat resting on his shoulder and a mad grin on his face. Lynn raises her gun at Albrecht, who tries pulling on some levers, making the gun blink green, but it seems jammed. Albrecht, please, you got me. Let my sister go. How about... Albrecht takes out a match, strikes it against his oily metal bat, and lights it on fire. This bitch needs to go. The flame flickers, casting eerie shadows on his face. No. Albrecht points his flaming bat towards Lynn. Now put down that glowy thing and hands behind your back. Lynn doesn't budge and tries pulling the jam trigger. Albrecht points his bat over to Salem, his fingers hovering over a green button on the bat. Do as I say, or we will cut this show short. Lynn throws down her weapon and puts her hand behind her back. He's choking. Albrecht kicks her onto her knees while Salem is gasping for air above them. Silent, I want to enjoy this. Albert closed the flaming metal bat next to Lynn's ear, the air filling with the acrid smell of burnt hair. I want you to take my honor student title. Sam gasps for air, fingers fumbling desperately with the noose as he tries to loosen it. It's only fitting for you to watch me take your sister's life. It's a fucking school title that doesn't fucking mean shit! Albert yanks Lynn's head back, his flaming bat licking towards her hair. He forces her to look up with him at the dangling salon, choking for air. This is what you get for messing with the Coalmeisters. Albert presses his bat onto Lynn's cheek, the hot metal burning into her flesh. Ah! Where's Daddy's shield now, Rottenroot? Albert takes the bat back off, the burn mark sizzling. We'll pay for this I said shut up! Albert presses the button on his flaming bat, tightening Salem's noose, raising Salem even higher above the ground. Coalmeisters will never bow down to stall rankers, not after today. Albert slicks his flaming bat onto Lynn's shoulder, her shoulder catching fire and her screams echoing through the forest. In the name of our Empress Sylvana, I condemn you for treason. Albert kicks Lynn under the suspended Salem and she swiftly sits up, extinguishing the flames on her shoulder. May your uprooting fertilize our motherland. Salem's trembling fingers brush against the cold metal in his pocket, noticing the grenade. May your liberation flourish our motherland. I need this man dead. I need this man dead. I need him gone. I need him gone. I need him dead. Devs, I have a singular request. Like one tiny request. Can you make a mini game that has nothing to do with like the main story of the entire mini game? It's just for me to beat the shit out of this man. That's all I'm asking for. I just want to beat the shit out of this man. Albert raises the flaming bat high, looking towards it up into the sky. Sam takes the grenade, lets it fall into Lynn's lap, and she looks at him in horror. Sam nods back, teary-eyed, and mouths to it. May your purification bloom our motherland. Arbus looks back at Lynn, winding up for a swing towards her head. Turning us patriots into a glorious eternal— Hey! Lynn takes out the pin and throws the grenade into Albert's surprised face, hitting him right in the eye. Go fuck yourself, green blood loser. Albert lets go of his bat and grabs his wounded eye. You Rottenroot bit. Lynn gets up. Albert tries grabbing her, but Sam kicks him in the face and Lynn bolts away into the woods. A deafening explosion tears through the air. Salem's body grows heavy, each breath shallower than the last. Colors fade to darkness as the explosion's roar dissolves into silence. Untethered consciousness drifts into the void, weightless and free. Like a dying flame, his awareness flickers against the encroaching dark. This can't be how it ends. The world falls silent. A single sharp heartbeat rips through the darkness, and then nothing. Salem opens his eyes. He is sitting on top of dark, shimmering water, small ripples raving through it from where he stands. Lynn, I hope she got away. His whispering voice is echoing through the emptiness around him. Salem stands up and gazes into the mysterious space. Oh! The others talked about places like this, threshold waters between life and death. Salem crouches down and inspects the water. At least that's what we hoped, better than the alternatives. Salem gets back up and looks around. If this is real, then maybe I'm not completely screwed. Could there even be a gatekeeper? Hello? Is someone, or I guess something, here? A voice cuts through the soft and hollow stillness like a whisper. Great. Another one. What? Who's there? Salem squints towards the darkness of the sea, but he can't make out where the voice is coming from. Okay, let's get this over with. Welcome to your desk, Salem. No, not happening. A shining light appears in front of Salem. Come on, don't be nervous about this. Just rest in peace. Vines start to grow out of the light above, slowly reaching towards Salem. Can we cut the whole I don't want to die spiel? Those vines will get you either way. Just let go. I don't care what you want. Command number 17, a storm oak never gives up. Salem turns away from the light and vines, jumps headfirst into the water and starts swimming. Germans. Listen, there's literally no point in running away from death. Just go in peace. No peace. I am a fighter. I never give up. I can't. Dad is counting on me. Lynn needs me. I want to see James again. I can't die now. Salem starts diving even faster. Also, I wonder if I'm the fastest to fucking get a dead ending. I'm a fucking fastest motherfucker who plays the fucking episode 1 and gets this bitch killed. You know how many people try to outrun death? Endless. Cannot disappoint them. Disappoint who? You can read. Yes, I know, I can read your mind, blah blah blah, get over it. Disappoint who? Father, Lynn, my empress, and especially James. Everyone. Sylvana, don't try to express a freaking royalty like her. You're better off dead if that's your goal. And Salem swims towards the ocean floor, the vines chasing him, his vision blurring, his movements getting slower and slower. Command 17, a storm never gives up. Salem starts swimming more slowly, his vision blurring. I can't give up. I told you there was no running away. The vines caught up with Salem, swirl around him, and lift him out of the water. Salem's body, wrapped in the vines, floats upward into the light above. But hey, chin up, you got further than most. Salem's body starts to slowly dissolve into the light. Please, this can't be how it ends. You'll have a nice life over there. No more pain, no more struggles, and no expectations. A sweet deal, honestly. I mean, James was right. We do die. That means nothing to me without James. All I ever wanted was... Stop. Let me have a peek myself on this James guy. Salem feels a tingling going through his head as the voice takes over him. Salem was 12, crickets buzzing through the afternoon. The fresh wind of cut grass is going over the meadow. Salem takes the worn ball and places it on the grass and smiles towards James, who is jumping up and down in a gate. James jumps up, hanging hand over hand from the post above, swinging side to side. Salem shakes his head and smiles, puts a hand over his eyes to hide away the bright sun, and presses his tongue between his lips to aim. James sits back down onto the dirty grounds, spits in his hands, rubs them, tracing his dirty palms. Salem shoots, James jumps, and the ball swings at James. He catches it with a hug. James spins the green tailed ball on one finger and shoots it across the meadow, away as far as he can. Salem was 14, in a treehouse. Sun glimmering through the wooden window frame, a bird is chirping a happy song somewhere in the branches above them. James is lying on Salem's arm, his hair tingling slightly. James has closed his eyes and is playing with Salem's chest hair, curling it into little swirls. The cloud vanishes and sunlight kisses Salem's smiling face. As the lost in thought Salem looks towards the old wooden roof, a slight breeze enters the treehouse, bringing with it the sweet smell of apple blossoms. Above Salem is the dreamcatcher, the small glass pearls woven and shining like stars. His brown feathers are dancing in the breeze, making the dreamcatcher turn slowly. Salem is 16. He's silently sitting on a couch, looking at the dozen dusty boxes in front of him, filled with childhood toys. An arm of an action figure is hanging out of the herring hole in the box. Next to Salem is James, the arms of his large red sweater wet, his nose and eyes running. James blows his nose into the arm of the sweater, crying softly. Salem stands up and rescues the action figure from the box. The green dress is turning gray, the silver of its plastic sword vanishing slowly. Showing the milky plastic underneath, Salem goes back to James and lies down on the couch, laying his head on James' leg. He then plays with the figure, making it walk, fighting with his sword, getting James to chuckle and turning his crying into a cheerful smile. James grabs Salem's hair, curling it between his fingers as Salem continues to play with the old action figure. A secret life hidden between the pain and horrors of this world. Stormwalk never gives up. It might be more than the run-of-the-mill Sylvana fanatic after all. Never give up. Answer me, and I might keep you alive for a tiny bit longer. Salem opens his eyes and looks into the light. When did you discover that life isn't fair? When they told me who I loved was wrong. Thus, you were loving James. Yeah, since then I've tried to stay strong and find a way for us to live in peace. How far would you go for a second chance at your silly dream with that silly boyfriend of yours? Salem shakes his head, tears don't stream across his face but float into nothing like glittering pearls. Further than love has taken anyone before. Being a naive teen that wants to change the world, kind of a waste anyway, sending you away. At this point, Salem is barely anything more than a transparent ghost, being devoured by the light. Tell you what, you give me your soul, and I will give you back your life. My soul? Like a deal with the devil. A lazy idiot? Nah, more like a deal with his bouncer. Ghost of dust that used to be Salem floats higher into the light. So what will it be? Will you give me your soul, or are we done here? What exactly happens if I give you my soul? You get a second shot, leaving, breezing, but you know when the time is right, you will be mine. What if I offered something else instead? Like what? Your collection of Storm Oak badges? Your daddy's approval? There must be something else you need. Nothing you could give me right now. There's only one deal. Soul or death? Tick-tock, golden boy. Fuck that, we're surviving. Stream can't end already. The light that almost fully consumes Salem suddenly vanishes. In its place, swords start to grow around Salem. Okay. Now this might get interesting after all. See you soon. The storms take Salem, grab him down faster and faster until a cold leaf drifts down from a tree onto Salem's cheek. The taste of copper floods his mouth and the scent of rot tingles his nose. Salem jolts awake, his uniform soaking wet. I am back? Was all of that just a dream? Salem blinks, each movement causing pain. Okay, stand calm. Command number 34. Storm Oak assesses before acting. Salem's fingers check his neck, finding no wound, only a crust of dried blood. Huh, weird. I could swear that noose cut really deep. Salem checks the rest of his body. I am alive, in all things considered. Mostly okay? Salem pushes himself up from the ground. But where's Lynn, and where am I? Salem looks down at the soft soil underneath him. And was it a dream, or did I really sell my soul? Salem's glance shifts through the surrounding forest. A strange vibrancy seems almost artificial, unnaturally intense. District 89 really feels like nature gone mad. His eyes catch faint tracks in the dirt nearby. Salem approaches them and identifies drag marks, broken twigs, and scuffed footprints. Did Lynn drag me here after the explosion? Doesn't look like her footprints. While Salem looks closer at the drag marks, a sunray glimmering through the trees catches his eye. Oh no, I have to get going. Salem stumbles around, peeking through the tree tops to see the position of the sun. No more parachutes. I must have lost at least 4 hours. I am running out of time. Whoever brought me here didn't leave any equipment, so where should I? An explosion booms in the distance, the sound echoing through the forest. I guess in the opposite direction of whatever that was is as good as any. Salem sneaks through the forest, eager to not leave any tracks or cause any noise. He occasionally gazes up at trees, their bizarre patterns twisting in the light of the sun. Is every outside district this creepy? Salem's gaze shifts back to the forest ahead and notices footprints. There. It was small enough to be Lynn's. Footprints took Salem further into the shadows of the strange forest. Shots? An energy bolt sears through the air nearby. They are fighting right over there. I should... Sam crouches behind a large fallen log, studying the conflict carefully. From his vantage point, Salem can make out 2 figures locked in combat. An energy bolt sears through the air. A blonde kid falls to the ground, breathing heavily, while a redhead boy runs away. The kid is bleeding from the stomach, his heavy breathing turning into a whimper. Salem goes pale. The blood kid lies sprawled on the forest floor, one hand clutching his stomach, fingers slick with blood. His chest rises and falls in shallow, uneven bursts, eyes wide with desperation. That looks fatal. Salem crosses his arms as cold sweat trickles down his head. Commander 7 help a Storm Oak in need, but... Salem looks at the blood running through the boy's fingers and down to the ground underneath him, with the grass starting to shift color. Blood is attracting the vines again, and... Salem notices a big knife on the belt of the boy. Who says if he won't backstab me while I help him? Hey, watch out! Vines! The kid looks up at Salem and follows his pointed fingers towards the shifting grass. The boy pulls out his knife, activates it, and starts crawling away from the blood-stained ground. Run! Get away from the blood! Dark vines surge from the earth, wrapping around the kid's legs. Help me, please! Salem bends down a long tree branch towards him. Grab this! The boy reaches desperately for the branch, but the vines pull harder. He slashes at their tendrils with his knife, cutting through some, but they regrow too quickly. The vines drag him down to the earth despite his struggles. Help! The voice goes off as he disappears on the ground. No! Salem sneaks away from the vines, his body shaking. Maybe I should have done more. Listen, we've already died once. We can't risk it. Salem looks back to vines still twirling as if they are hungering for more. But it is a sundown, an extreme situation. The most important thing is to survive. Sam was swept from his forehead and looks at the forest ahead. Where could the camp be? Maybe I should climb a tree to see over the forest. A stick naps through the silence of the woods. Sam turns around looking for the source of the sound. Branches start cracking in deliberate rhythm. Someone is here. Sam turns again, but it's too late. Blinding flash sears his vision. What the? Blinking away at the after image, Sam sees a figure step into the light. Wait, it can't be. What the fuck? Surprise! James leaps forward with theatrical flair, fingers trembling slightly as he lands. James, but how? Sam starts whispering. What the hell are you doing here? James' eyes sparkle excitedly. I missed you too. You were surprised me like that again, I could have shot you. James slowly approaches Salem, his grin growing bigger and bigger. He stops a few inches from Salem's face on his tiptoes, bouncing up and down. I don't see a gun, but how about you shoot me a kiss instead? I just sold my soul for you, by the way, bestie. You'd better never break up with me. James strokes through Salem's hair as they kiss in the shadow of the red tree. His kiss is surprisingly gentle and so warm and sweet. James is on tiptoes while kissing and whispers slightly between parted lips. I've missed this, a lot. Sam turns red and smiles. All of this is like his kiss is transporting me onto a soft and wispy cloud. Yeah, it's been too long. Bounces brush against James while they whisper. Are you turning red again, honey bun? Sam tries to hide his glowing smile by turning his face away. No. I'm still floating on the sweetness of this kiss, but Sam's smile fades. It's a shame that this is neither the place nor time for this. He should have never come here. James, father died. The vines in this place took him. Oh, honey bun, I told you this place was cursed. I tried to warn you. No time for that. Tell me everything. Where are we? Where's the camp? And how do we win this? Well, about that, I have no clue. Then what do you know? James moves close to Salem, eyes locking into his as he fixes Salem's collar. I know someone's got to watch your back in all of this. Salem swats James' hands away. No flirting, I need answers. Our survival could depend on it. A twig snaps behind them, making Salem's spine stiffen. Then another sound of scratching on metal, followed by fire. Ambush! Sam goes around, instinct kicking in as he scans for the source of the noise. A shadowy figure stands at the edge of the clearing, something metallic glinting in their hands. James, run! James turns mid-sentence, his eyes widening. What the? Sam slams into the ground, a cloud of wood, earth, and dust surrounds him. He looks at James next to him, then over to the silhouette approaching them. What the fuck? I need him dead. I need him dead. A Falfresh. I was bested by a fucking Falfresh. Albert emerges, baring his teeth in a twisted smile, swinging a flaming metal bat through the dust cloud. He saw us kissing. Run! Talon gets up, grabs Jane's hand, pulling him away from Albrecht. Not this time, Falfresh. Albert swings his bat like a rod, shooting out a hissing wire with a grappling hook at the end. The hook rounds around Salem, tying him against a nearby tree. Let him go! James pulls on the wire, trying to free Salem. Shut it, Falfresh. I can go home empty-handed. Salem pushes his body against the wire, trying to loosen it, but it doesn't budge. The fucking voice in the afterlife, watching us show up again, like not even 5 minutes later, like, are you fucking useless? Are you fucking stupid? James spots a big stick, tries grabbing it, but Albert shatters it out of James' hands with a swing of his bat. Albert points his bat at James. I will pluck you next. James nods and raises his hands. Albert points his flaming bat over at Salem. I want to go easy on you, make you choose how this can go. Honeybun, run away! Albert grabs his flaming bat with both hands, turned back at Salem. But they will give me an emblem on top if I kill you here and now. Albert swings his bat down with full force. The world around Salem turns red. Honeybun, run, please. Then darkness. Oh, come on, I just patched you up, but did I say the voice is so tired? Sam feels his head twisting and turning as his senses slowly come back. Hello? Anyone home? Sam finds himself back in the dark, motionless water. Am I dead again? It depends. Are you still of use? Am I of use? You're my investment now, and I hate bad investments. Vines start to grow out of the light above, slowly reaching towards Salem. Okay, I get it. Yes, I am still of use, whatever that means. It means that I will keep your soul nice and cozy in that flashback of yours, as long as you win for me. The vines start crawling up Salem's legs. You want me to win the cloning songs? Well, if you lose, you die, and then you're no use. So yeah, you'll win that stupid thing. The vine slowly lifts Salem up. He struggles to shake himself free. But these vines, they're what took my father. Did you kill him? No, I only borrow them. I don't control them. Take this. The vines puts a shiny metallic bow at Salem with strange blinking buttons. Those buttons, they look like the ones that were on Lynn's weapon. Salem grabs the bow and takes a closer look. But where are the arrows? The vines slowly lift Salem up into the light. Figure it out and be quick. I can't hold off the vines forever. The vines take Salem further up, the water arm vanishing until everything turns black. Salem slowly gains back consciousness, his lungs burning for air. All of this is because of psycho haters like you. James, bleeding from his leg, leans over Salem, frantically slapping his face. Salem, come on, come back to me. Salem's vision clears, the world still spinning, wires lying around him in the fresh ground. What happened? You were gone, and then you were back. Albert's flame back cuts through the air between them, forcing James to stumble backwards. Salem, still sorting himself out, notices the shiny bow in his hand. So it really wasn't a dream? Watch out! Albert squints at Salem. Salem resists his bow, absorbing the blow. There's Farford, where did you get that? Salem rolls to the side, stands up, and raises his bow. How does this thing work? Salem, concentrated on finding the right buttons, gets kicked to the ground by Albrecht. I know how to activate. Throw it over! Darwin throws it over to James and dodges an incoming blow of the bat with a quick side roll. James holds a bowstring, materializing a water arrow, which he immediately releases. The arrow flies wild, missing Albert completely, but strikes something metallic in the trees with a resonant ping. Pathetic little foul fresh. Salem tries to stand up, but Albert spins him down. I'll gladly kill you again. Albert twists his full body with a mighty blow, raising his bat high, flame trailing through the air, ready to swing. A water arrow slowly strikes Albert, a grey shot ripping through the side of his hip, sending him stumbling forward. You fall for... James stands with the bow raised, pulling the string again, another arrow forming. You honorless Falfred! Another water arrow strikes Albert, this time his shoulder, hot red steam hissing from the impact wound. I hate all of you, 10 for Plan B, you're all coming with me. Albert reaches for the big grenade, pulls the pin out with his teeth and holds it threateningly above him. Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Final water arrow strikes Albert directly through the chest, pushing him to the ground. Did I get him? Grenade slips from Albert's fingers, rolling away. Albert looks down, confused at the hole in his chest. Tick-tock, time's up. Albert will remember that. I think Albert will be fucking dead, hopefully. I swear if he's not dead, I'm gonna... James, grenade! Thumb scrambles away from the grenade, the backbutt still in his hand, pulling James behind a tree for cover. The grenade detonates with earth-shaking force right next to Albrecht. The shockwave tears through the air, lifting Albrecht off his feet, his body becoming a twisted silhouette against the blinding green light. Salem throws himself over James, wound splinters and rocks filling the air. As the cloud of the explosion settles, the scent of sweet, earthy decay pierces through. Are we dead yet? I mean, I have been. Twice. Salem gets up and peeks at the crater and sees the remains of Albert lying in it. We just killed Albert, thanks fucking God. Only fair, he killed you. Salem goes nearer to the crater, noticing its deeper part covered in thousands of vines, green liquid spilling from the ones where chunks blew off. I can't hold off the vines forever. Salem scans the two of them, his eyes catching on their bleeding wounds. We got to go. The vines slowly start to crawl up the crater at them. Salem grabs Jim's hands and together they run from the detonation area, the vines following them. While running away, a compartment in Albert's bell springs open with a loud pneumatic hiss, making them turn around. Critical condition detected. Ultimate extraction initiated. What the f... A balloon rises out of the field of flowers, yanking Albert's flower-covered body upward. Pokes sudden vitalians. They'll pump him full of meds before his brain even flight lines. That bastard's on Vivi? James grabs the bow from his bag. Fuck it, kill him. Shoot him before it's too late, it's our last chance. James' bow starts to glow, a water arrow materializing, the moist smell of the cut vines catching up to them. Sam sees what Jason is too low and adjusts his bow slightly. That's it, shoot! James nods with a smile, his arrow whooshing into the sky, hitting Albert's balloon and making him fall down towards the ground. The sound of something big teleporting over them can be heard. A medical aircraft materializes, but Albert is already being sucked in by the vines. Sam grabs his hand, yanking him forward, small vines growing in their footprints like green fingers. They'll look back, keep moving. They crash through the underbrush, the sound of rapidly growing vegetation crackling behind them. Those vines took you down when Albert. James stumbles over an exposed root, Sam catching him before he falls. They are reacting to blood, just run. The vines are becoming more and more, slowly pursuing them like a living, hungry wave rushing through the forest. Just having a nice little picnic. You're like, oh, a balloon! Just the body racing up, nope, up, up. I guess a rupture happened for realsies. Tell him I can't keep this pace. Sam looks ahead, spotting a glimmer of water through the trees. River, just ahead, that might be our chance to lose them. James nods as they burst through the final line of trees, revealing a fast-moving pink river cutting through the forest. We'll have to jump. You want us to swim in that? Like, I wonder what gift is gonna give me this time. I wonder what new furniture I'm gonna get from this. His voice cracks, pressing Sam's hand tighter, the vines quickly catching up to them. That doesn't look like water sound, it looks like something out of a nightmare. No choice, the vines killed father and they will kill us. He squeezes back at James' hand, meeting his eyes directly while running. Do you trust me? Yes, I do. They pause at the edge of the water roaring below, the vines growing quickly right behind them. We're doing this by the book, sapling, hold on. Sam hunches down and signals James to hold onto his back. James holds on and Sam jumps with him on his back into the water. The cold river numbs Sam's limbs and stills his breath. They tumble downstream, body shaking from the river's violent rhythm. Sam's fingers dig into James' wrist. The water crashes over their heads. In the chaos, Sam spots an upcoming wrong, splitting the current. Brace! They slam into the rock, but Sam manages to grab onto it, pulling James up beside him. Gasping for breath, they cling to the rock in the middle of the rushing river. Sam climbs the rock, pulling James up as well. They collapse on the stone, still holding each other's hands. That doesn't count towards that swim you owe me. Sam looks back, the vines haven't crossed the river but are still searching for their prey. We made it, for now. That grenade, did it cost the vines? Sam shakes his head, still gasping for air. They react to blood and have killed father and dozens of other storm oaks. They took you as well. That psycho split your skull. The vines took you away. James wraps his arms around Sam and presses his face to his chest. I never felt so alone in my entire life. Sam hugs James back. I'm back now, don't worry. James looks up, tears in his eyes. But how? Well, would you believe me if I told you I sold my soul to the devil? The devil must be desperate these days if he's settling for a soul as lousy as yours. Sam lets out a chuckle as James pulls away from the hug. No, but for real, I have no clue. There was this voice talking to me, a bright light, and then it gave me the bow. Just a really wild dream, honestly. James takes off his bow and inspects it. Strange, do you think all of this was caused by nuclear terraforming? Sam shakes his head. Sorry, I am just as clueless as you are. I am not clueless. I promised you dark magic and I delivered. He points at the vines, which curl in the direction like hungry tentacles. Please stop predicting horrible things. Only if you call me Nostradamus. Oh my god. No, I won't. Okay then, for my next prediction I see Albrecht's loot. James unbuckles a Molt's backpack and hands it to Salem. You think he survived the fight? Salem shrugs, sits up and starts examining Albert's backpack. If this bitch is still alive after we shot him through the chest, exploded him with a grenade, made sure the medical thing wouldn't be able to grab him, dropped him back into the middle of the fucking vines, and this bitch shows up again, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit and I will end stream. I mean, Vivi can't likely save him after all of that. But if he makes it, I mean, he saw us kissing. Sam shakes his head, rubbing his eyes in disbelief. Then we are in massive trouble. James nods, putting the bow back on his back. I killed someone today. They exchanged an awkward silence. Both did. I never thought I. He trails off, looking at his hands. It was self-defense. Did I make it right? Deep inside, Salem's fingers find something inside the backpack. A futuristic weapon, bandage, and a full-time recovery system identical to the one that saved Albrecht. Could get James out of here, keep him safe from all of this. Salem's gaze drifts towards the vines at the riverside, then his fingers trace the Fulton system straps. I feel like I should be more upset about killing someone. Shouldn't I be more upset? Salem moves closer, putting an arm around James' shoulder. All my life I've been told we're the bad ones. Who has thought if they actually caught us, maybe they'd see us as people, or at least tolerate our love. Salem rubs James' back. Nothing's black and white. Not them, not us. Feels very black and white nowadays. Maybe it's time for us to get the respect we deserve. They sit in silence, watching the vines twirling across the river. Salem notices the vines now growing underwater into the river towards them. Okay, we're losing time. There's still a violet-level Storm Oak camp. Salem looks at James and shakes his head. He wouldn't be suited even for a green level 1. Let me protect you by sending you away. I couldn't live with myself if something happened to you. Salem meets James' eyes, a rare moment of emotional honesty crossing his face. Even if I wanted to, how? Do you want me to go for another death swim? Sam retrieves the second full-time system from the backpack. This will get you back home. Sal, no, I want to help you. I want to be with you. Alfred saw us. You must hide, at least for a few weeks. He's likely dead. It's his word against ours. That's not how it works with a Coalmeister. This has gotten way too risky. Salem starts fastening the first belt around James. James grabs his wrist. I can help. We can do this together. You're not even a real Storm Oak, honey bun. Salem's voice breaks as he attaches the other belts. I can't also lose you. I gave my soul to be here, and I can't put your life on the line. I am not some flower that you have to protect, please. Bye, James. Salem pushes a button on the belt, and it begins to flash. The latch snaps open, revealing the big red button. Emergency evacuation mode. Ready for takeoff. James freezes with just his lips trembling. But Salem, no! James turns pale, his pupils dilate, breathing shallow. Salem's hand trembles over the button. Command number 22. A civilian in danger is a Storm Oak's duty. I said no! James unfreezes and tries to shut the latch down, but Salem presses the button before him. The compartment at his belt springs open with a pneumatic hiss. An iridescent balloon erupts from within, expanding with unnatural speed as tiny lights along its surface pulse in rhythmic patterns. Emergency evacuation activated. Fulton extraction initiated. Tom, no! I have to fulfill my mission! Sorry, this is the best for you. What mission? Bessie, what do you mean mission? The balloon yanks the screaming James upward. The sound of another aircraft teleporting over the forest can be heard. James grabs his bow, aims at his balloon, dragging him up. James, no! James swaps his balloon, slowly falling back onto the rock. You won't get rid of me that easily. Sam catches James and secures the popped balloon, the aircraft flying away. No, quiet, it's my time to talk. James releases Sal and pulls out a crumpled picture from the inside pocket of his shirt. He holds it out, his hands trembling. We had a promise way before the one you made to your Sylvana. James takes out a mostly dry picture, Sal gasping as he recognizes it. That's the picture of us in our treehouse. Yeah, 3 years ago. Do you remember now? Sal's fingers trace the edges of the photo, his eyes growing distant. Sam was 16, running through the freezing rain. James was right behind him. They burst through the small door of the treehouse, dripping wet, breathless from running. James shakes his soaked hair like a dog, drops is flying everywhere. Sam peels off his drenched shirt, and steam rises from their bodies. James' teeth chatter as he struggles with his wet jeans. Sam takes down 2 portraits of Sylvana, spanning a makeshift line to hang up their clothes. The rain drums a steady rhythm above them, drowning out the world below. We're not doing the war move. Sam grabs a scratchy old wool blanket from the corner while James is shivering, his lips slightly blue. Sam wraps them both in the blanket, pulling James close. Storm Oak, Command Number 53. Sam says seriously, Body Heat Preservation Protocol. James snores but doesn't pull away. Right, purely tactical. The rain turns into a storm, pattering at the thin windows. James' breathing slows. His shivering stops and he leans his head on Salem's. Hours later, the rain has stopped. Golden sunlight streams through the treehouse, making dust motes twinkle like tiny stars. They're still wrapped together, neither wanting to move. James reaches into his pocket and pulls out a rusty old pocket knife. His hand shakes slightly as he opens it. Salem, James whispers, his voice serious for once. Let's do it. Salem watches as James cuts his own finger, red swelling up. Without hesitation, Salem takes the knife and does the same. I'm gonna be probably wrapping up soon because my voice is starting to give out on me. They press their fingers together, blood mingling. James pulls out a photo, the one Salem took of them just an hour ago with the old instant camera. On the back in red letters, James writes their oaths. Salem blinks, returning to the present moment. I remember now. Salem nods vaguely, his breath hitching as he starts reading the oaths on the photo. Salem's voice breaks as he reads each word. We hereby swear to become blood brother forever, to keep each other warm, secure, to help each other reach our dreams. Blood brother forever. Forever. Yeah, command number 74. A blush for his binding by honor. The gayest of all commands. I hope all Storm Oak blood brothers become spicy siblings. Love it. Sam's body trembles as tears flow down his cheeks. Why is he making this so difficult? I just want to love him. I just want him safe. James reaches out, brushing a tear away from Mrs. Sub. That day, that's when I fell in love with you. Sam looks up, meeting James' gaze. I felt like I didn't belong anywhere. School, parents, anywhere was chaos. James' eyes lock on Salem's tearful face. The only thing that ever made sense, the only thing that was ever clear to me in a life full of confusion, was you. I love your smile that morning in the hideout when we woke up. Your smile told me. James shakingly tried to imitate Salem's voice. Hey, buddy, everything will be fine. We'll be fine. A tree trunk crashed against a rock, making it shake slightly. James' voice softens to a whisper. You show me there's a way out of the darkness. James looks towards the tree trunk being swept away by the current. There's hope, there's a future, there might be love, there might be a life beyond just doing what we're told. He pauses, his thumb brushing over Salem's knuckles. I know it wasn't the time for us to talk about all of this back then, but you... James gives Salem's cheek a playful slap, leaving them both smiling through teary eyes. You and your weird Storm Oak commands, offering me that blood brother oath, I think you felt the same. James chuckles softly, a tear slipping down his cheek. You saved me in more ways than you know. He wipes his face, punches Salem's shoulder lightly. You weird, dorky bastard. Salem stares at him, his breath unsteady as he tries even more. Don't ruin the moment by staying silent and letting James continue. James wipes away some more tears. You promised back then to help me reach my dream. Being here is my dream. Salem speaks quietly, his voice barely audible as he looks to the vines growing underwater towards them. If your dream is an early grave, then you came to the right place. No, I am here because I have to be. But why? I promise not to tell, and I know that sounds weird. Just give me a chance, Blood's brother. Salem rubs away the remaining tears and looks at the picture. Okay, Blood's brother. Command 74, you win. Salem hands the picture to James, who tucks it back into his shirt. Salem unstraps the Fulton recovery belt from James and starts taking it apart. So, how do we get off this death rock? James looks towards the vines, the first underwater vines slowly creeping up the rock they are on. We're way ahead of you. Tom uses a parachute rope from the belt to tie a lasso, swinging it towards the other shore, catching a branch, and then securing both of them with the other end. The vines creep up the rock, their moist smell filling the air. Ready for another swim? James nods, and they jump into the river, and pull towards shore. They make it to the other riverside, and Salem unties the ropes. Just as he untied the rope, a buzzing alarm noise echoes through the woods like metal hitting the floor. Alan grabs James' wrist and pulls him towards the dense underbush. Quick, we need cover. Command number 28, unknown threats require concealment. Always with the commands. They crash together, shoulders touching as they hold their breaths. The sound turns into a voice echoing through the forest, making the leaves shake. Attention all remaining Stormwalks. 3 hours remain until the end of the sundown. Current status, 124 Stormwalks active, 76 Stormwalks eliminated. Sector 7 declared forbidden. All Stormwalks in Sector 7 will be subject to immediate overseer intervention. The first Green Order emblem awaits a worthy recipient at the camp. Sam exhales, tension leaving his shoulders. Damn, that scared me, just the timer. He slowly emerges from the undergrowth, offering James a hands up. We'd better get going. 3 hours isn't much time. What happens if we don't make it in those 3 hours? We die? Sal makes a firing gun gesture to his head. Well, I prefer to swim with you in the Baltic next week, so I don't think we can make it in time anymore, but... So, Mr. Mighty Oak, what now? I think the camp must be downstream somewhere. Without a map, following the river is our best chance. How is that our best chance? We are safer from the vines, and camps are mostly along the river. The standard Stonewall protocol. Good heavens, you know how... James catches himself, glances around, and then whispers. How hot you are when playing the Sol Boy Scout leader. Sherlock porn. Oh boy. Daniel looks away to hide his smile. Just focus on finding some logs for the raft. Despite his serious tone, there's a pleased flush through his cheeks. Whatever you say, detective. Sam picks up a sharp rock from the riverside, its surface warm and slick. Nearby, James struggles to carry over some old logs. So, I can't tell you why I'm here. Sam tests the stone's edge and starts working on the logs. But I do need the Green Order emblems if we can get our hands on them. Sam poses his work on the logs. And then, meet the Empress and make her laugh before she puts you into the barrel? Sam stands up and cleans his dirty hands on his uniform. They do the hardest background check, even if they don't do it at this camp. Don't worry about that, I want to get these emblems, okay? Sam looks at him, puzzled. What on earth is he planning? He's way too carefree. Sam tucks a long stake onto his back for steering, and they start dragging the raft towards the water. Okay. I'm gonna pause here. We might only have like we might only have like 30 minutes left, but my voice is giving out and I'm kind of sleepy. So we're gonna end it here. And we might finish it on Friday, maybe, if my voice hasn't completely died by then. But yeah. Overall, I'm enjoying the story. It's, you know, despite all the action happening, like, I do feel it's kind of like a bit more of a slow burn that I'm used to, but that's also because I'm used to like one-shot visual novels instead of like episodic visual novels. But still, what we have played so far, I do find it very solid, and I look forward to seeing the rest of the episode once we get back to it. But yeah, having said all that, thank you for coming. Leave a like, subscribe, all the stuff. You've been on YouTube, you know how it works, and I will see you guys next time. We're continuing with the Fall in Love Steam Festival tomorrow, okay? Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye.